So, ooh, slow turtle crossing. That's the first time I've seen a turtle crossing sign.
The Silver Dasher.
Morning. It's Tuesday, and I'm doing my normal thing. I'm going to try a Spark in the morning, see how many orders I can get, and then do DoorDash during lunch. And I've already got my first order. It's a shopping. $23 for about 17 miles. The only bulky item, they wanted a toy wagon. In a lot of quantity, but most of it's for these bags, which it doesn't show me. So most of it, but other than that, it's just normal grocery items. So let's see how well this strategy works. So heading over to Walmart, and we'll do some shopping, and then we'll go on to the customer. So see you in a little bit. Well, I just dropped off that shopping order. Wasn't too bad. What threw me off was, it was a count of 87, but it was for 40 of the 87, 47 was bags. But in the preview of the shopping list, it was unknown. And eventually when I got to shopping, that disappeared. So those shopping, whatever those bags, didn't appear. So. But the only thing that was unique was I had to pick up a toy wagon, radio flyer, foldable wagon for little kids, the one without the roof. Went to the section, but that whole, the toy sections are decimated right now. But I found one, but it was not in the location it was supposed to be, but it was in the correct aisle. So, and the rest was just normal shopping. Had a little trouble with the cosmetics, but I've learned something new about, sections. I thought sections were usually sections in Walmart and other places are 4 foot wide. But in cosmetics, they're like 1 foot wide. So the section numbers are on the bottom of the aisle instead of the top. And so I got some help. But unfortunately, the one cosmetic that the lady wanted was not there, but the substitution was. The only thing that I couldn't get for the customer was the Mexican street corn seasoning. It's the little packet to make, and they were all gone. And so we'll suggest substitution. Sorry, I'm not making a suggestion of Mexican street corn seasoning when there's only one of that type in the whole store. He kept asking, "We'll keep asking for." Make a suggestion. No, and then eventually it says the item. It got to the point where item not found. It's the same thing where it's the little packets that that you get. I usually to get potato toppers, or they have a guacamole seasoning, or potato seasoning. Different types of seasoning. But they also have. But they were totally out of the Mexican street corn seasoning. So. Anyway, but the drop-off wasn't in Odenville, but it was actually close to where I used to live, where I we still have a house there. So instead of going all the way back the way I'm going, and since this is not a DoorDash, I don't want to go back. I'm not going to pick up an order if I go through a zone like I do with DoorDash. Here I'm making basically a complete circle. I'm taking the shortcut to the interstate and head back home. So. I'll drive by Walmart and see if I pick something up. If not, go home and wait. And then if I don't get anything, then I'll switch gears and we'll DoorDash for lunch today. So anyway, let's heading back. Let's see if we get something. See you in a little bit. This strategy worked out so far. Pick up another small little shopping. And it's $12, $13 when it's on 9 miles, but I'm only doing the shoppings, and that combined with this, if I get the full tip and all that, it's way more money than on average than I have normal breakfast dash. So anyhow, let's head to Walmart, do some shopping, and then on to the customer. See you in a little bit. Well, just dropped off that small little shopping order to a neighborhood I've been to many times, DoorDashing. It's right on the lake, or the river in this case. So yeah, so it's time to make my way back home. I'm not sparking anymore. I'm gonna go home, eat a little lunch, change clothes, and start DoorDashing that. So yeah, that was unique. I was able to get a second shopping order. I was only really expecting one, and then just sit around and wait. But I got one. But I had an interesting conversation with a lady as I was going in to shop for the second one. I recognized her because she was also spark shopping this morning while I was doing it. And I kind of asked her, there he is, how many orders does this make for you? She said, this is her second, and this was my second. I also asked her, do you do any of the pickups? She said, no, I don't do any of the pickups. She told me the pickups never work. They always cancel. So, yeah, I'm not the only one. So, anyhow, very interesting, very interesting. So yeah, so far the plan is working. I think I'm still going to try to do Spark all day tomorrow, but I'm going to try to only stick with shopping if I get them, because it still gives me the opportunity to catch up on my work and other stuff. But yeah, so the schedule is now, tomorrow is Christmas Eve. So that's why I'm just going to stay home all day and Spark shopping, however it works. I do not know if Walmart closes early on Christmas Eve, but we'll go with that. Not doing anything for Christmas Day. That gives me a chance to recover and rest and enjoy a day off. That's Thursday. Friday, will not do anything because we're having Christmas with my in-laws, and I have to be cooking in the morning. So I'll be making the same crockpot turkey that I did at Thanksgiving. Only difference is, is I could not find the same turkey breast by itself. All it is the turkey without the legs and the wings. So I had to get the smaller loaves, but I bought 2 of them because the crock pot can handle about 6 to 7 pounds. And these were both 3.5 pounds, so I think they would both fit in there. But I'm going to use the same recipe, using jellied cranberry sauce and onion soup mix, and add a little orange juice to that. So, but on my second crock pot, we have 2. I'm going to do the hams. I got also small hams, but they're about 3.5, so 2 of them should fit in there. But they're hams that don't have the bone in them, but they have they're circular cut. So I'm going to do I saw a recipe where it's kind of a brown sugar glaze. And I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to all right, guys, make up your mind. Got a work crew, litter crew here. I think I'm going to pin a toothpick in rings. I bought some pineapple rings. I'll put them on top and then go with that. And then what this recipe tells me to do is once every hour scoop up juices and cover the hams. Well, I'm going to do that with the turkeys too. And the turkeys, you cook on high for 5 hours, but the hams you cook on low for 5 hours. So depending when we're supposed to be at my in-laws, it takes about an hour to get there. I'll have, that gives me a particular time to get up and sit up. So anyway, it's gonna be different. It's a little different, my in-laws, they always had turkey and ham for both Christmas and Thanksgiving. Well, unfortunately, and for me, with my family, my parents, we always had turkey on Thanksgiving and ham for Christmas. But since both my parents are gone and my wife's father is gone, it's just my mother-in-law. It's been really up to me, or me and my wife, to handle the big stuff, the turkey and the hams. So, and everybody else bring a little side dish. So, which is fine. I don't have a problem with that. So anyway, I'm going to head home. I may give a brief summary of today's Spark, as far as confirmed earnings and unconfirmed tips. Like I said, the new strategy is to do Spark in the morning, however, and then I'll create a video of all the Sparks for the week. That includes the Wednesdays and all day Sundays, and have for the video for the Spark, have a ending summary that includes Spark and DoorDash for the week. Now, how my schedule is, I'm about a month behind. That week ending video may come out on Monday, may come out on Wednesday, may come out on Friday. It depends how my schedule is and how I'm doing this. I'm trying to keep keeping it chronologically intact. But before that but the Spark video will come out last. I'll bring out the DoorDash videos first. So, and then I'll do all the Spark. So there'll be a little time skip coming back. So I had one person complain and says, "Why are you going backwards?" Because I was doing that Spark video, the first big one, showing my problems. And then a couple other people said, "Hey, it's this channel. You can do that however he wants to do it." So, but I understand. His feelings. People. You create something, and people get invested. I understand. It's like I'm the same way. When like I'm watching a series on TV or something happens and all that, you get invested. So, but anyway, well, just for curiosity, I'm now at the start of the gauntlet. So anyway, let's head on home, give you a brief summary, and then take lunch and start a DoorDash. So see you in a little bit. Well, I'm back home, and I got a brief summary. It's kind of a little strange, though. Now, I'm not counting the tips that I got yesterday, because I already counted that in the summary from last week. I did 2 trips, and I don't have any unconfirmed tips, so all the tips got confirmed. But I also earned $14 from an incentive program that I did probably from the Sunday, because this is from when I went to Anniston. So altogether this morning, with the 2 trips, 2 shopping and $14, I made $50.70. That's way better than a breakfast dash. So anyhow, All right, so gonna go inside, get something to eat, change clothes, and start doing dashing. So, see you in a little bit. Okay, welcome back. I've changed uniform, and now it's time to start dashing. So let's start the app. All right, has not asked me a question. I wonder how this is going to work now. Oh, I got a confirmed delivery after drop off, 10 plus. And I got one of the things I was there 10 minutes. So, which is not. Let's see here. Got it. Yeah, it says I spent 10 minutes in it, which is wrong. So, anyway, let's go to my normal base of operations. We're doing a lunch dash, which is Cracker Barrel. So let's see if I can get an order. So see you in a little bit. Well, slight change of plans. I actually made my base the Starbucks because the hot was in that area. Waited about 5 minutes, and then I got a order to go to Taco Bell. High paying, so it's been a while since I've been to Taco Bell. So anyway, on to Taco Bell and then the customer. See you in a little bit. Well, I just dropped off that Taco Bell order to a neighborhood I've been to many times. What I like about this neighborhood is each house is unique. There's some there you can tell there's similar plans, but the outside and the trim work are all unique to the house. No two houses the same. The subdivision I used to live in, a lot of the houses were exact same model. They only had at that time they only had 3 different models, styles of house, and they all had the same colors, and so it was, none of it was unique unless you made it unique yourself. But unfortunately you had to get approval from the HOA to do anything. So that's one of the reasons why when we're getting close to retirement, to find our retirement home, our home that we're going to retire in, that didn't want to be part of an HOA. Word of advice: if you can get a house that's not in the HOA, go that route. The HOA was more trouble than it's worth. So anyhow, so much for that. But yeah, if you can get a house, don't be a part of an HOA. So now that I've delivered that, I am actually close to the southern end of the gauntlet. So I'm going to go that way. Oh, traffic's heavy here. Come on. You can do it. I hate it, the cars are evenly spaced, and then sure enough, as soon as one comes up, you got another one coming the opposite side. All right, here we go. So, as I was saying, going this way for about a mile, I'll be at the southern end of the gauntlet. So let's see if the gauntlet can win. Keep your fingers crossed. I hope it loses. So let's go run the gauntlet, everyone, and see what happens. See you in a little bit. Well, the gauntlet didn't win. But I reluctantly took a Starbucks order, slightly underwater. Remember, I'm trying to build up my acceptance rate because I trashed it trying to do that experiment of only taking double money over miles, and it put me at 1 point, exactly the 85 points that I needed to stay in Platinum. And since I can't control this stupid time of arrival crap that they've done, no matter what I did, I've never been late. And then all of a sudden now that with the point system, I've been late for every order, no matter what I do. So, and that alone takes points. So the acceptance rate is the only thing I can control myself, other than try to, but I'm not speeding. I'm doing the speed limit. So anyway, here at Starbucks, let's go pick up the order and go to the customer. See you in a little bit. Oh, thank you. Well, I just delivered that Starbucks order. I'm out here in Riverside. Had to be careful as I was unloading the car. Saw a black kitty cat and then up ahead in the neighbor's yard. I want to slow down. I didn't want to hit her, but I didn't see her. So yeah, what's going to throw me off, it's going to make me late. I know for a fact this is going to be late. Is this community has a single road that goes into the woods, and all the properties, it's on like an island. All the properties are on the waterfront. The problem is the road to go to houses, it's a one-way. So I had to travel all the way around the island to get to the house, even though the house, like, I could have gone like 2 driveways in, but sure as nothing, as soon as I try to go go in and avoid the one way, I get in trouble. So don't want that. So I had to go another half mile around to the house. So, ooh, slow turtle crossing. That's the first time I've seen a turtle crossing sign. I've seen deer crossing. Well, come to think of it, because there's water here and water over here, pond. So yeah, probably a lot of turtles come across here. So, so anyway, gotta make my way back to base. I think I'm gonna make base again. Well, it depends on the zone. Usually it's Cracker Barrel, but the last time I was there, I was going there. The hot zone was the Wingstop. So now, according to this, the hot zone's near Zaxby's, which is right next to Cracker Barrel. So unless things change when I get there, I'm going to go ahead and make Cracker Barrel my base when I get back, unless I pick up an order out here. So anyway, let's go to base and see if we can pick up an order. So see you in a little bit. Well, I just picked up an order that I didn't want to take it, but I was forced to take it. It's like $5 for it. Let's see what it is. I don't know. $4.81 for 7.9 miles. The reason is if I decline it, my acceptance rate goes back down to 76. I'm at 77 now. I'm trying to get it back up to 80. I'm already being late on my orders today. I know I am, because even though I'm following exactly the route and I'm at the store, according to me, as soon as I can get there, I'm going to be losing points there. So, And I know people are going to yell at me. Talk to a brick wall, like one somebody said. But trying to do the best I can, trying to keep my rating up so I can, get chances, have a higher chance at the higher paying ones. So, anyhow, approaching the exit, and in fact, Buffalo Wild Wings is right there. I just got to loop into the exit. So, anyway, Buffalo Wild Wings we go, and then the customer. See you in a little bit. Thank you.
Well, hey, it's Alabama.
Yep.
Wait 10 minutes, it'll change.
That's right. Well, I just dropped off that Buffalo Wild Wings. Dropped at the door, but young man was out there waiting for him. It's warm. It's 67 degrees out here. He was tall and big. I asked him, "Do you still go to high school?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "So you play volleyball or basketball?" I said, "No, he plays football." "Oh," I said, "What position?" He's a wide receiver. He's big and tall. I said, "You plan on going to college?" He said, "No, I'm going to go in the Air Force." I said, "Even better." Either, I said, you be a pilot, or if you can't be a pilot, be an airplane mechanic. He said that's what he wants to do. I said, that's good for you, because that transfers well over in the private sector. That's a high skilled job. So yeah, so that was a pleasant delivery. Got to talk to that young man. But yeah, so making my way back to base. Like I said, the end result of that order, was pleasant. I got to talk to that guy. But trying to build myself back up. When this day is over with, I'll go and report on how many orders I've been late on. Even though I'm following everything exactly. I get on strike. I'm not wasting any time. In fact, following the speed limit and all that, it's gonna be a problem. So anyway, head back to base. Hopefully to pick up another order. I got about another 2.5 hours left in my dash. So let's see what happens. See you in a little bit. Well, just got signed off on that segment. Picked up a small order. At least it's not underwater. It's like $5 for 3 miles. But I'm going to my wife and I's favorite Asian restaurant, Oishi Asian Restaurant. We went there the other day. Their egg drop soup. We had to buy extra egg drop soup and bring it home with us. It's that good. And I always get the hibachi shrimp. That's because my wife can't eat shrimp, so I get to keep all of it. But also they have a roll called the Green River. It's got crab meat, shrimp. It's kind of like tempura. It's deep fried or panko crumbs. But
take your next left onto US 78 East.
And it's it's good. Usually what I wind up doing, of course, you get a soup and salad, if you go there. And then they make their own homemade ginger dressing. And it's good. So I always get the egg drop soup, salad with the ginger dressing, and then I have the Green River roll. And I eat a little bit of my hibachi shrimp because I take that home and eat that for lunch the next day. So, all right. Let's go on to Oishi and then the customer. See you in a little bit. Well, just drop off that Oishi Asian Restaurant, and it was a special surprise. She gave me an extra $5 tip. And man, because I followed her instructions specifically. Because her instructions specifically place it by the side door in the carport. Because she must have had a problem, because in the app, the picture shows the front door. But she specifically said the side door, which I did. So that was very pleasant. And just as I finished that order and dropped off, I picked up another one. Going back to Oishi. I bet you $10 there was an order there already, and it wasn't mine. And so and I said, I could tell. I said, does it tell me who it's for? James? No, I think it's a different one, because I seem to remember the order on that. So anyway, back to Oishi we go, and then the customer. See you in a little bit. Well, I just delivered that Oishi, the second Oishi restaurant. And is this guy backing up? It's a UPS truck. Yeah, he's backing in. I don't blame him. There's some long driveways. Yeah, this is a very nice neighborhood. I've been in this general area, but not this particular. This neighborhood is near, if you remember in the videos where I went out to a peninsula with all the lot of campers and small little tiny homes. I've been out there. In fact, the tiny home that the lady has a car exactly like my wife, except hers is a lot better shape than my wife's. But this is the neighborhood right before I get to that neighborhood, and this is very nice. Also, another peninsula on the water. The house is very nice. They had a BMW that was electric, all electric. It was a very nice car. So, anyhow, so I just dropped that off. So, making my way to back to base. Actually, we're going to be running the gauntlet again. Been delivering a lot to the south of the city, which is fine, which means I can run the gauntlet. But this is very nice neighborhood. In fact, on this side, there's not waterfront. On that side is waterfront. The area I live, there's a lot of waterfront properties. Pale City is the gateway to Logan Martin Lake and Coast River. So, so let's head back to base. Let's run the gauntlet. Pray it doesn't win. And let's see what happens. All right, wish me luck. See you in a little bit. Well, they didn't quite make it to the gauntlet. In fact, I had to turn around and go back the way I was coming. I'm going back. It's a small order. Let me see. Is it slightly underwater? Yeah. $5 for 4 miles. $5.50 for 4.5 miles. I'm going to the same small little mom and pop tobacco shop. CC Tobacco Shop. That's where I had picked up one time for a lady that just wanted toilet paper. And I went all the way out almost to Lincoln for it. And it's like, why would you shop from there to deliver? It's crazy. It's crazy. I guess she knows the store, because I thought maybe it was DoorDash that picked the store. No, customers pick the stores where to come from. So, anyhow, I had to turn around because I was going to CC's Tobacco and Package. So, what am I picking up? Oh, picking up liquor. So, this is the first time I picked up liquor at this particular shop. I've always gone to the one that's closer in down to Pell City. So, yeah, looks like rum bottle and vodka. Sounds like a fun party. So, anyhow, let's go to the CC Tobacco and Spirits Liquor and pick up that order and head on to the customer. So, see you in a little bit. Well, I just dropped off that liquor. Wasn't very far from the store. It's just up the road a little bit. Just had to turn right here at the Dollar General that I've been to many times for. So yeah, the nice little house right on the water. So yeah, but it's warm. It's 69. It's almost 70 degrees. Can you believe that? 2 days before Christmas, it's almost 70 degrees. That's how it is in the Deep South. So, well, I'm going to try to make. I got an hour and 15 minutes left in the dash, and trying to make it to the gauntlet. So I guess technically that didn't really count as a win over the gauntlet, because technically I haven't really reached the gauntlet, what I consider the gauntlet. So this was a little bonus run. So anyhow, so okay, now that we're heading back into town, and barring another pickup from take screenshot. Dollar General. And a little underwater.
Head northwest on Alabama 34 West.
I gotta go back.
Ridge Road toward Lisa's Cove.
That,
Continue on Alabama 34 West for 3/4 of a mile.
That little Dollar General I told you about, I've been there before. That's where I'm going. So, seems to be that there is no DoorDashers out here. So, I am picking up all the orders there. And this one's, it's slightly underwater. A little bit more. Not that bad, bad. But like I said, I'm trying to get my acceptance rate back up. So, this is I believe this is going to be a shop and deliver. Let's see here. Yep. $7.24 for 11.3 miles. So, okay, like I said, trying to get plus I'm also trying to build up my pro shopper. I'm like a few percentage points behind, but God, it is tough to do it with at Dollar General, because half the crap is missing, or not labeled correctly. So oh, I take that back. I'm not going to the Dollar General right here. According to this, I'm going to another one. Wow. Okay. So I'm going to a different one. So on to the different Dollar General, and then to the customer after that. So see you in a little bit. Well, what an interesting turn of events. Got to Dollar General, start doing stuff, and then was scanning the last items, and then boom, barcode not recognized. I noticed I had no signal. I came out here and delivered. I still don't have signal. I've gone to airplane mode. I've turned power down, powered off the phone. I've tried everything. It's like just like the network went down. So if that's the case, then I guess I'm done for the day. I had 15 minutes left in the dash, but I got stuck. In fact, I couldn't even connect to the Wi-Fi to Dollar General. So I don't know. I don't know if my phone just went foobar or so we'll see. But can't continue, even though it says I'm getting no signal, I'm not going to get any offers. So, yeah, well, it's going to be an interesting turn of events. Listen here, nothing's happening. If this don't work, I may have to switch to my backup. I'm about to go back to, guess, could be that this phone just broke down. So I'll check. I'm gonna head on home. So I'm gonna call it a day. And with 15 minutes left, so I'm not gonna worry about it. So let's head on home and give a summary, and then I'll see if I can figure out what the hell is wrong with my phone. So see you in a little bit. Well, I guess I'm getting some kind of signal, but where the bars are, I'm getting a yellow dot. But I got a Starbucks order, and it's underwater. But like I said, I'm trying to get my acceptance rating back up. But but this will be my last dash of the day. So I don't know, it's crazy. So on the Starbucks and the customer, see you in a little bit. Well, I am done for the day. I dropped off that Starbucks. In fact, I dropped it off as the next door neighbor to a repeat customer I have out here. In fact, as I drove by, both the husband and wife were out there sitting on the porch because it's warm. And I waved at them, and they waved back at me. So yeah, that was fun. But yeah, my phone going out in the middle of that Dollar General just really irked me. And it wouldn't connect to the Wi-Fi. It says it was connected, but I didn't see no signal string. But the app kept saying invalid barcode, so I wound up just refunding that. It was the last item to scan. I just refunded to the customer again because I spent a good 15 minutes trying to get that to work. So, man, what a crazy day. Now, very interesting. Depends on what's going to happen tomorrow. Tomorrow's Christmas Eve. I don't know if Walmart's open. I think Walmart's open for a little while. So that's why I think I'm going to do a Spark whenever I can. But a lot of the grocery stores are all going to be closed. Not grocery stores. The restaurants, fast food places. Like I said, when I went to Taco Bell earlier today, they had a sign they're closed Christmas Eve. So a lot of restaurants are going to be closed Christmas Eve. So it may not be worth even thinking about doing DoorDash. So, but I need to verify what Walmart hours are for tomorrow. If they're only going to do, if they're open, for a little bit, I'll spark the morning. But anything else, then I'm not going to worry about, sparking the rest of the day. I'm definitely not doing DoorDash. So this will probably be my only DoorDash for the week. That's going to be, so yeah, it's been a strange day. And losing the signal like that, I couldn't even connect to the Wi-Fi at the Dollar General. I used to be able to do that. So anyway, so I'm heading on home. I have to make a couple of stops for some errands to pick up some stuff because a lot of stuff's gonna be closed tomorrow. So anyhow, as soon as I get home, I'll give it to them. So on we go. See you in a little bit. Well, I'm back. Interesting day. Give you a summary of what happened. I made $65.06 with 8 deliveries with a total dash time of 4 hours and 13 minutes. Of course, I sparked this morning. So with the 50 something dollars, and it seems so I made over $100 today. It's not too bad, not too bad. Yeah, boy, I ran into that problem with Dollar General. That worries me. Because I couldn't get no signal. The Wi-Fi wouldn't work. So I don't know. I'm going to have to investigate that further. So anyway, yeah, this has been an interesting day. God, it's been warm. It's almost 70 degrees all day today. So yeah, tomorrow going to spark. Walmart is open from 6 to 6, which is fine because I usually don't spark until maybe at most to when I do all day to 4 o'clock when I wait. And I'm going to be waiting here. I'm not going to Anniston. So yeah, this is going to be, I think this is going to be my only DoorDash for the week. Because when Saturday comes, I'm going to I got to go get the oil change and take care of that. But then I'll spark Sunday. So yeah, this is going to be a short week. So anyway, I hope you enjoy coming with my trials and tribulations here, the adventures and misadventures. If you like this video, I urge you to like it. And if you like what you see, what I'm doing with the channel, I urge you to subscribe to the channel to see my further adventures and the misadventures I have. So anyway, I'm going to call it an evening. Hope everybody's going to have a safe holiday. Tomorrow's Christmas Eve. And then after that's Christmas Day. So anyway, that's it for me tonight. So we'll do this again tomorrow.